Well, to all brothers and sisters, welcome back to Haiku. I do, and you already know, you should know by now what I do it for. And I do it for hip hop, man. Now, you can't talk about freestyles in South African hip hop and not mention Touchline Truth, right? I mean, if you do, it just means that you're out of touch with your lines, if you know what I mean. So you need to do your research basically. And by doing research on this dude, the first thing you need to check out is who actually won the Hennessy People's Choice Award at that awards event hosted by Slicker on Live, where Stogie T usually does the verse of the month and the verse of the year. So Touchline actually had a track called 5 Grand, which definitely won that award. So basically, at this point, it's not even a question of can Touchline rap? Like, he's already proved that he can actually rap. But strange enough, his name never really comes up much, when people are talking about lyricists, in the game. So I don't know, man. I think most people feel that even though they know that he's very sharp when it comes to his pen game, but people still need that song, There's still a huge question around, can Touchline actually make music? And I think that's the only box he really needs to tick. But when it comes to them freestyles and punchlines and Touchline, he's really up there, top three basically, if not top two. But yeah, now we're gonna check out one of his freestyles called the CLB Freestyle, and yeah, let's see what Touchline he's got up his sleeve on this one.
Yo, what's up? This is Shakespeare, and you're listening to Super Radio. For real. Yeah, a real player, the bill payer. They all talk about how real they are. Tembisa has no NBC, only an MC. It's me, the real mayor, the greedy king slayer.
That is a really nice flow there. So it says Tembisa has no MEC, only an MC. It's me, the real mayor, the greedy king slayer, right? Tembisa, obviously, that is my that's my old neighborhood. 1632 is what we actually call it, So it says there's no MEC there, only him, the MC. I don't know about that because Frank Casino is also from Tembisa. I know that he's also born and bred from Tembisa. So does it mean Touchline doesn't consider Frank Casino to be an MC? I don't know.
Only an MC, it's me, the real mayor, the greedy king slayer. Match winner, but still the key team player. Don't see failure, yeah, who's better than me? I'm such a G, it's Gmail, my emailer. Your females are in my DMs. If I don't reply, I'm doing you a big favor.
I'm such a G, it's Gmail, my emailer. That's a very nice line there to say I'm such a G that it's actually Gmail, my emailer, the email address. But he's just playing on the word G there, so say he's a real G in the game, to a point where when you send him an email, you use Gmail, So that's a nice play on the word there.
Females are in my DMs. If I don't reply, I'm doing you a big favor. Back on your phone screens again, back from a hiatus. It's all me again. My haters are only my haters till it's time to ask for my favors. A feature cause these songs are only missing my flavor.
That is facts. That is facts. My haters are only my haters until it's time for them to ask me for a favor. That happens in real life. You don't even need to be a rapper to be in a situation where you realize that people are only haters until it's time for them to need something from you, right?
Haters till it's time to ask for my favors. A feature cause these songs are only missing my flavor. Actresses bring themselves to me on the plate. So if it's seafood, then it's gotta be some I hate. And if they fish for compliments during a dinner date, best believe I never bite the bait.
That whole scheme there. Actresses bring themselves to me on a plate. So if it's seafood, then it's gotta be Salma Hayek. And if they fish for compliments during a dinner date, best believe I never bite the bait. So that whole rhyme scheme there is basically very fishy. It's very, very fishy, but in a good way. Because it says actresses bring themselves on a plate. If it's seafood, it's gotta be Salma Hayek. Now we know Salma Hayek is that She's an American actress, Hollywood actress. She's gorgeous, like very gorgeous. So he's using the play on her surname Hake, because like hake, the hake, which is the fish, right? But some hake, and you could say the way he pronounced it is like, if it's seafood, then it's gotta be some hake, right? So if there's seafood on the plate for him, it has to be hake. But also he's referring to the Hollywood actress Salma Hayek, right? Um, and then the next line it says, if they fish for compliments during a dinner date, best believe I never bite the bait. So to bite the bait means when you fall for a trap that someone has set for you, right? You bite the bait. But we know the word bait there is also a play on, it's the bait that you put, if when you're fishing, the thing you put on the hook to bait the fish. So that whole rhyme scheme there is just, it's very fishy.
Hey, and if they fish for compliments during a dinner date, best believe I never bite the bait. I don't bite the hand that feeds me either. If she says I did her right, then please believe her. We'll go from CPT with me beneath her, make her leave her nigga. Oh man, it's touchline once again. Too ill, too real, you couldn't kill. What gabanyin, some song I swear. Bang said this scheme, I put my brothers in. I gotta win, I gotta stay at it. I wouldn't fall from the top if I did the crates challenge.
I wouldn't fall from the top if I did the crate challenge. We all know that crate challenge of people climbing crates, and then most of them usually fall when they get to the top. So he says even if he gets to the top, he's not going to fall like the crate challenge.
I gotta win, I gotta stay at it. I wouldn't fall from the top if I did the crates challenge. Brain damage, if I hit the floor, you know I got so many flaws that I make the rain panic. And those with the main madness, kill like I'm satanic. You gon' need more life cover like Drake's daddy, posing for the more life cover.
Oh, that line is crazy there. He says, I kill like I'm satanic. You're gonna need more life cover like Drake's daddy. So he says because he kills like he's satanic, people are going to need more life cover, which is basically referring to insurance, right? But more life cover, we know that the album, Drake's album called More Life, actually has got a picture of Drake's dad on it. So he does a nice play there of say, you're gonna need more life cover like Drake's daddy, and then he says posing for the more life cover, which I think he didn't really have to actually use that line there after to say posing for the more life cover, because if you're real, like if you're someone who listens to hip hop, you would have figured out that you're gonna need more life cover like Drake's daddy and just leave it there. We would have figured out. So he didn't have to simplify it by saying posing for the more life cover for us to know that okay, that's what he's actually referring to. He could have just left that line out.
Satanic, you gon' need more life cover like Drake's daddy, posing for the more life cover. Smooth flow like butter, violating me, cheating my coach young fucker. How'd I get so good? You can't help but wonder. Touch don't make blunders, eh? Getting a confidence, yes, star. Rat is not my superpower. Big chains, baggy shirts, ngapa na mapuga yao. But I'm an American wannabe, I'm a nigga lawa. When the pussy black label, I'm starting a black label. Boy, we the new Kalawa. Jazz me, you ask me who the greatest, that's me, tag me.
Oh, when you close a black label, I'm starting a black label, right? So he's talking about a record label to say if y'all are drinking black label, I'm starting a black record label, right? Boy, we are the new Kalawa. Now I like how he wrote that, because he says we are the new Kalawa, and then he moves to the next line and says and starts with jazz me, you ask me to do, just to show because Kalawa Jazz Me, which is the black record label, owned by Oskido. It was actually two entities. So when it started, it was just Kalawa, and then later on, when they added, the other guys onto the team, the guys came with the other name, which is Jasmine. So it was basically two black record labels that came into one to form Kalawa Jasmine, but it was initially two entities. So for him to say boy with the new Kalawa and then moves to the next line to say jazz me, to show that split there, that even though we now know it as one company, it was actually two, split, and then they came together to form one thing. So that is That's dope writing right there.
We the nuke out. Jazz me, you ask me who the greatest, that's me. Tag me, the hip hop puzzle's last piece. Up until they rest in peace, I won't be at peace. Or at least they gotta know I make these streets believe. Get up and we pray, cause these things we need. We all certified lover boys, but content, lyrics, bars, that's what CLB means to me. And
We are all certified lover boys, but content, lyrics, and bars, basically, that's what it means to him. And you can never deny, like when it comes to Touchline is like he's like a what do they call it, like a steak knife, right? He's not your everyday bread and butter type of a rapper. When Touchline comes out, you know that there's gonna be a lot of chopping to do. It's gonna be a slaughterhouse. He's very heavy with the bars and the rhyme, and you can tell, from the flow, the way he writes his rhymes, that he's actually a student of the game. He's not just someone who came to try his luck or try and be cool with this thing. He actually, for him, it starts with the pen, basically.
certified lover boys, but content, lyrics, bars, that's what CLB means to me. And I increase the speed, tempo, with every new release. The end goal, to make music heal, it hits home. We are depressed, but we smile through it. And if it's fake, we see right through it. I end the text with LOL, but I'm not joking. That's just so you don't see that I'm heartbroken. Never done loving, but I'm almost done hoping. But if there's something good coming, then my arms open.
Damn, man. Those lines, man, to say, I'm not joking. That's just so you don't see that I'm heartbroken. Never done loving, but I'm almost done hoping. But if there's something good coming, then my arms are open. And that's really all you can ever do in life, is to hope that, if there is something good out there that's coming for you, you have to keep your arms open. But sometimes bad things happen so much that you kind of feel like you don't want to open yourself up, whether you're talking about relationships or just life in general. So we try to be very guarded. But then, if there is something good out there, you don't want to be so guarded that you start to push things that are potentially trying to bring good into your life. So that's very deep there.
Never done loving, but I'm almost done hoping. But if there's something good coming, then my arms open. Love letters in my Twitter DMs. My fans are only ones that love me till the end. They don't care whether I'm driving AMG or BM, just as long as I'm riding for them. Big Zulu put me and Red Button on track 20. Pro way, the rap's plenty. Tally it all till my heart's empty. On the other hand, got the rap game in my other hand, and I can show you what's kicking like a sonogram.
Ooh. Got the rap game on my other hand, and I can show you what's kicking like a sonogram. So on a sonogram, you go, like when a girl is pregnant, she goes there to see the gender of the child, basically, or even to see if the girl is actually pregnant. So they use a sonogram. So he says, I can show you what's kicking, meaning, I can show you what baby it is, like a sonogram. But he uses that in a hip hop term. When you say, I'm gonna show you what's kicking, it means I'm gonna show you what's hot, I'm gonna show you what's happening, right? But to play it with the word sonogram, because obviously you use a sonogram to see what's actually kicking in the stomach. So that's a dope line.
Got the rap game in my other hand, and I can show you what's kicking like a sonogram. What do they mean we diss them? Aspazi, they gotta bring these CVs with them. You go against me, then the grief is instant. You can't touch me if you're not heat resistant.
You can't touch me if you're not heat resistant, because the dude is on fire, bro. So if you're gonna touch him, you better make sure that you're actually heat resistant, or else it's gonna burn the shit out of you. That's what he's saying.
Against me, then the grief is instant. You can't touch me if you're not heat resistant. Sometimes I hotspot from Chivi's wisdom. I'm taught
No, actually, I'm told. Sometimes a hotspot from Chivi's wisdom. I wonder what he actually means with that, because the only Chivi that I know, well, there's a place apparently in Zimbabwe called Chivi. So I don't know what significance that would have to do with this line. Chivi also apparently in India, it means a gift from God. It's an Indian term that means a gift from God. So he could be referring to that potentially. But yeah, I really want to know what he actually means when he says sometimes I hotspot from Chiefy's wisdom. You know, it sounds like something important.
Keep persistent. Sometimes I hotspot from Chiefy's wisdom. I'm taught, wanna be loved, not like I love how you niggas get your love from likes. Like I love how influencers monetize their hype. For real. And last night was for the whole game. Young Chief had the rap grades in one place.
Oh, last night was for the whole game. Younger Chief had the rap grades in one place. So Younger Chief, last year, he started this. It's like a hip hop show called Famous Friends, and he basically invites just about everyone in the hip hop game that I can think of. That is within people's radar. So he said it in he well he when he started it, it was kind of like a pilot thing to see what the reaction from it is going to be, and a lot of people actually fucked with it. They went into the show, so he basically plans on doing another one this year. So I think it's him trying to move into the whole concert space and trying to do shows. So I think Touchline was also a part of that, to say Younger Chief had all the rap greats in one place because it was like a strictly hip hop lineup. Like there were like over 20, if not 30, of hip hop artists that are actually hot in the game that were on the show. So yeah, I think he was just glad to be a part of those hip hop greats who were on that lineup.
And last night was for the whole game. Young Chief had the rap grades in one place. Back in my dark days, I could never picture ever being in that space. A mixture of God's grace and my overall work rate. I mean it, method overhaul to work late. The 9 to 5 way, don't hesitate. And we put the game together with no sellotape, and I never struggle to sellotape.
We put the game together with no sellotape, and I've never struggled to sellotape. Right, so that's a nice play there on the word sellotape and sellotape. But he can say that he's never struggled to sellotape. But when you look at his first album called Soon that he dropped, I think it was 2018, and the word Soon was actually an acronym for something out of nothing, which was his first offering. I mean, most of the songs there were just freestyles that he did on some of his favorite instrumentals, killing rappers on their own beats type of thing. And I don't think that album actually received, like much of, a good reaction from people outside of his fan base, right? So he already does have like a core fan base, but trying to actually break it into the whole mainstream space. I don't think that that tape actually did a good job of putting his name out there, because a lot of people, I realized that a lot of people started talking about Touchline and his project now that he's preparing for the second release, which is going to be Soon 2, which is a follow-up from the first album. So it's only now that I'm starting to see a lot of conversations within the hip-hop space about people saying, hey, this dude Touchline is basically one of the hip-hop artists to look out for now in 2022. So yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about him saying he's never struggled to sell a tape. But I think the first tape that he dropped, it didn't do as much as I would have hoped that it would have.
And we put the game together with no sellotape, and I never struggle to sellotape. We're gonna snatch a summer out of your hands. No handshakes, no, we shaking all of your plans. Shakes drop the scorcher, catch him if you can. We all know you ain't caught me yet. You better hope the album don't drop this year. The most gifted, the most feared, the most sincere. And we make the streets function. No T-junction, but for you the road ends here. If not, then the end's near.
Ooh, that line scheme right there. The most feared, the most sincere. And we make the streets function. No T-junction. For you, the road ends here. Because, a T-junction is where basically the road ends, So that's a nice play. We make the streets function. No T-junction. For you, the road ends here. And if not, then the end's near, So that's dope.
Say, girl, why you fake it if you don't have it? More red flags than Old Trafford.
More red flags than Old Trafford. That's a soccer reference there. So if you don't know, Old Trafford is the stadium for the famous club Manchester United, and we all know Manchester United red. That's why they are nicknamed the Red Devils, basically. So that line there to say more red flags than Old Trafford.
Why you fake it if you don't have it? More red flags than Old Trafford.
So if you fake it when you don't have it, we already know it's all red flags like Old Trafford. Old Trafford.
I like them real, call me old fashioned. My image of you has its own caption.
Seventh Wave Entertainment.
So yeah. So yeah, that's basically the end to my reaction to Touchline CLB Freestyle. Very dope. The guy is talented. His pen game is on point, and I think, like I said before, man, like he just needs that song, right? He just needs that song that will basically propel him into the whole mainstream space, because he's got the whole look, he's got the whole superstar feel about him, the aesthetic, he's got the confidence, he's got the pen game. So hopefully with the new project that is going to drop soon too, which I think it's dropping it sometime now in February. I really hope that there's gonna be songs there that's really gonna put this guy where he belongs, man, which is definitely on top of the hip hop food chain. But yeah, that's the end to my reaction. Thank you very much for tuning in, and remember, take care of your mental, and peace and love. I'm outie.